Hi guys, welcome back to Detailing on the Beast. Today I'm going to be taking a look at this fogging machine from FogIt. In fact, it's the chemicals that are from FogIt, and this is a cheaper alternative of the machine. We'll go through that in a minute. But first, what the hell's just happened to the lights? 2 minutes.
Now that's him dealt with. So, on to the review. We've got these bottles of FogIt solution. They come in all different scents. There's ones from Fresh Car, Leather, Paco Rabanne 1 million if that floats your boat, or even bubblegum. These things are designed to kill all sorts of odours and all sorts of bacteria, ranging from MRSA, eColi, staphylococcus, and they get rid of things like tobacco, mould, damp smells, dairy smells. Now, the machine itself, you can buy that from FogIt direct. These are all from a company called Valeting Products. But the machine itself on the FogIt site is around about £80 to £100. We didn't want to spend that much, so what we've gone and done is bought a Disco Supplies fogging machine, and from what we can tell, it is pretty much identical to the machine that FogIt sell. So what we're going to do, I'll go and get Dave back, and then we'll get the truck inside, show you how it works.
Well, he seemed nice. So, as explained, these things come from Valeting Products. This comes from eBay, but we believe it's the same product. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and get the car in, and then what we're going to do is put this on the back seat, just to make sure if there are any leaks it's not going to go anywhere. Put the fogging machine on the back seat facing forwards. Fill up the reservoir with some of the product. Doesn't matter how much you use, you can pour it in and pour it back out afterwards. And then what we're going to do is plug it in. Now it will take 240 volts mains power supply, and then you're going to need this remote also outside the car as well. So you're going to have to trap 2 cars in the seals of the door. We'll show you that in a minute. So let's go and get the car. So the first thing we're going to do is lay a towel down on the back seat and then put our fogging machine in. Have it facing forwards. And then we're going to plug in our power cable at the back. Remove the reservoir lid and pour some of our chosen fragrance into that reservoir. And to turn it on, there's a little rocker switch at the back. And then make sure that the cables are outside the car. There'll be a power cable and your remote control. Make sure that's outside the car. When that light turns orange, we're good to start fogging. So this is how I've got it set up outside the car. As you can see, the 2 wires, this is the main 240 volt power cable getting trapped in the back door, and then just for illustration, the handset trapped in the front door. Now this could come out the same place, but the remote wire isn't that long. As you can see, the orange light has come on. So what we're going to do to fog this now, we're just going to hold that button down, and you can see the fog coming into the car. You'd hold that until that light went out. So once we filled the car with fog, I've left it now for 5 to 10 minutes. It's probably been about the closer end of 10, to be fair. And you can still see that there's actually fog coming out the door jambs, but the inside is now completely opaque. I cannot see anything in there. So what I'm going to do now is open it all up, let it all out. Might have to open the door because you'll see in a minute this stuff goes everywhere. It is a rather dry fog, so don't worry about things getting wet and misty and moist and all that sort of stuff. So you just open it up now, let it air out, and jobs are good. So overall, what do I think? I think it's pretty much a bit of a gimmick product, to be honest with you. These things, they do smell quite nice. They're very, very concentrated. You don't use hardly any of them in the machine, so I poured probably half a bottle in and probably got half a bottle back out. Use very, very little product. In terms of it working, only time will tell. I've only just put it in today. I have used this before, and to be honest, I wasn't that impressed with any longevity of smell. And I've never really had a need to use it for anything other than simply freshening up on fragrance in the car. I've never really used it for anything like sick or milk or tobacco smells or anything like that. So I can't really comment. If you're looking for something cheap, a cheap fogging machine, this is as cheap as you're going to get. You're not going to get anything cheaper than this. I think these bottles were about £4 each, I think. I'll have to check that. So you're talking, well, you could buy just one bottle. You could buy one bottle. So your machine would be about £20 and your bottle would be £4, so you're talking less than 25 quid. I just bought the bottles just because I like a little bit of variety, but I'm being honest, I'm never going to use all of these bottles. These will get thrown away. There's no way in this world I could fog the machine the car every day, and I still wouldn't get through all of this in my lifetime. So I do think it's a little bit of a gimmick. I don't think this will be for everybody. But for the price, you know what? If you've got a problem, you've had a new car and it stinks of fags, why not give this a go for 24 quid before you go and take it and get it professionally valeted, professionally steam cleaned? Give this a go. So yeah, I mean, for the price, you can't really complain. And that's exactly why I bought one, because it was cheap, but it was worth a punt. The remote is a nice touch. It does feel a little bit cheap, a little bit nasty, but that's not a slight on FogIt at all, because this machine, as I said, is not the FogIt machine. I believe it's the same one, but I can't be sure. And this machine just does seem a little bit cheap. What I have noticed though is the fogging capability of it as a fogging machine is absolutely fantastic. So if you're going to use this for any sort of parties or anything like that, it's absolutely great, especially at this time of year with Halloween. So I can show you that in a minute. I'll overlay a footage shot and I'll fill this entire garage with fog. It doesn't take long at all. It gives a nice little effect, especially if you whack a strobe light on and something like that. Great little Halloween effect. So as always guys, thank you for watching. A little bit of a Halloween treat this week. I've got loads of stuff coming up in the future. I've got reviews on some of this stuff you can see behind me. I've got some products being sent through next week, I believe, so I need to find some time to get some filming in on them. I've bought a bonnet, so yeah, I've got a bonnet now, test panel, full of swirls, full of marks, a little bit of lack appeal, all the sorts of things that I want to get to grips with. So I can show you some good content on that coming up. So yeah, a list growing ever by the day. I've got so many things planned for this channel. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate your time, as always. If it's your first time here, consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.